get started with our first Ripple Maker tonight, the infinite potentiality coach, Melinda Mulcahy. Melinda is an international transformational speaker, emotional change therapist, stress eradicator, curiosity specialist, future proofer, soulpreneur, and unlimited potentiality specialist. That's quite a resume, huh? If you'd like to have the commercial advantage to think more like Einstein and Elon Musk, Melinda can teach you how to understand your greatest superpower so that you can capitalize on it as well. Ladies and gents, let's give her a massive Ripple Makers welcome. Give her a whoop whoop. Give us a Melinda, Melinda. Get those comments going. Light the comments up. Let's get her on stage. Melinda.
Hello. So nice to be here. I'm so excited.
Welcome to RippleFest, my darling.
Thank you for having me. I'm really pumped. I'm so pumped.
I'm so excited to have you with us because you've been going through your own journey of really like owning your purpose, stepping out there, speaking, getting your name and your voice and your amazing brand out all over the world. I know you're prolific on Clubhouse. You do a lot of speaking and you've been building your brand for a while. So for those people that don't know you yet, can you just share with us, who are you and why do you love doing what you do so much?
Well, my name's Melinda Mulcahy, and I really get people to use or capitalize on their curiosity so that they can achieve what they want to achieve. And that means that if they're in any negativity and even mental difficulty, I help them to ask the right questions that trigger their curiosity, that enable them to move from where they are to where they want to be as quickly and as effectively as possible. And I've, in the process of the last couple of years studying curiosity, I've found 70 benefits. 70 benefits. And when you consider that happiness, according to Sean Aker of Harvard University, happiness has 9. I think curiosity is pretty impressive.
I would say so. And based on how you're building your brand around something that's so emotional, what would you advise to those Ripple Makers who are tuning in that also have a brand that is built on taking someone from a place to a place rather than like a physical product? So how would you suggest that people create their brand around something similar to what you're doing?
Well, I think what you'll find this evening is you'll witness curiosity in action. And when I say that, I believe that curiosity is your how. It's how you find answers. So I know that a lot of people talk about, if you want to find your purpose, then you need to know, you want to find your why. But how do you find your why? This is the question. And it's not an easy thing to find. So curiosity is how you find your why. So I believe curiosity is your how. It's your greatest mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that what you've done is brilliant. Like you say, it's really bringing that Einstein thinking to our human potential. And I think that's an amazing asset to have. And so often when we go into thinking too hard about something and trying to solve problems with muscle, what you've done, and I've witnessed you do this in our masterminds, is for you to say, well, let's approach this with curiosity. And the answer always comes. It's fascinating how you just you tap into it, and it's so fast, and it's a tool that we all have within us, which is crazy. We're just not tapping into it. So Melinda, tell us, what is the first step that we can take to get curious, what we can do to really build our curiosity and learn how to build that muscle within our business?
Okay, let's go. So the very first thing I want to ask everyone to do is, first of all, type in the box the word purpose if you want to find your purpose today. So if you'd like to type that in, I can't see the chat, so I know that Sammy's going to be looking out for me.
Yeah, I'm keeping on the chat.
Okay, brilliant. And so the purpose of today is we're going to get to the nitty gritty of what you really want to achieve, which is to find your passion and your purpose. And if that's something that's really, really important to you, I'm going to give you the questions that you need to ask. And by the way, what I will also do is I can put this together in a PDF, so that I want to go really fast today. And I want you to type in the box the first words that come to your mind. And then you can have all this if you want to get in touch with me, and I'll give you my PDF. And the reason why I'm going to go really, really fast is because I want to trigger your curiosity in a way that you don't edit yourself. The minute you start editing your infinite, wonderful knowledge and your inner voice, then that is your self-editor, which is your ego. So we want to keep ego out of this. Now, the other thing that I want you to be aware of is that don't worry about what anyone else is putting in the chat. You only want to put what you are thinking in the chat. What everyone else is talking about is totally irrelevant to you, okay? It's not a competition. So I want to make that perfectly clear. And the reason why I say that is because, again, that's the editor in you wanting to, sort of, what are they doing? Am I good enough? Et cetera, et cetera. And we want to keep that out of the equation, very much so. All right. So with that being said, let's get moving. And I just want to say this as well. Jeff Bezos was known to say, if you can somehow figure out how to have a calling, if you can find your calling, you have hit the jackpot. Okay. So keep that in mind. Okay. So how do you get to your purpose? Well, most people, first of all, what is purpose? Let's look at what purpose actually is, because a lot of people align with, I'm sure you've heard of Simon Sinek, and he would talk about your why as in purpose and meaning. And what the brain does is it will always try and find meaning. The brain is always trying to find meaning. And as it does that, it goes through old information. It's relying on past experiences to find that. So what we want to do is take you out of that and into potentiality. And curiosity is asking questions that you really need to think about the answer. So these are not sort of questions that are going to come straight away, but if they do, it's because they're going to be quick and fast. And again, looking at the reason why purpose is so important, a lot of companies align with their products and services now in terms of their purpose. So it is really, really important. But the other thing to mention here, okay, a lot of people haven't found their purpose. They still don't know their why. And what happens is, here's the question, and I've heard so many people do it. I can't find my why. I can't find my purpose. I can't find my why. You will never find it by putting too much pressure on your brain. So you need to ask the right questions, which is why curiosity works really, really well. It's about asking the right questions to trigger the curiosity. And I'm sure that there's people here. Put a yes in the chat if you resonate with that. Okay. So, the very first thing to ask, well, actually there's four main points. I put 5 fingers up. There's 4 main points that we need to really look at. And one is we need to look at your values. What do you really value? So just one word answers, if you please. What do you align with in terms of your value? And you can look at your sort of moral compass here. I want you to sort of, is excellence important to you? So those sorts of questions to ask yourself. Do you think that it's important that you are aligning with your heart, for instance, which is really important? And you will find, as you're asking these questions, what I now want you to do is I want you to go into your heart, and I want you to feel if it's true, if the answer that you put in the chat is actually true. So, and your heart will leap, when you feel that value that you're aligning with, your heart will leap for that. It loves it, and you will get excited. Now, again, is using your curiosity. I want you to feel it in your body. So I want you to just go, yes, like if you really are excited about this and you're really pumped and and what you're aligning with, your values really means a great deal to you, then say yes in the chat, because your body is saying yes. And this is what we want to do. We want to get into our body just as much as our head. Okay. And as we're doing that, you are going to feel this amazing rush of energy. Does that make sense? Is everyone with me? Or they probably
yeah, we've got yes.
Brilliant. Okay. So now we got your values. Brilliant. Okay. Now the next thing is, what are your interests? What are you interested in? What lights you up? What do you get out of bed in the morning for? And think of all the wonderful things that you've done in your life. And what are the wonderful things that you're yet to do? And if you could possibly just write down single words, if you can, I want you to write down as many words as you can, and don't filter yourself. Just keep plowing the words in, keep them coming. And as you're doing that, check in on yourself, check in on your heart, check in on your body, check in on your feeling. How is it feeling within you? And you should start to, like, I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling this love. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just absolutely feeling it right now. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Okay. Now, once you've got your interests, I want you to now think about all your skills and strengths, all the things people have said to you. I think you're really good at that. And all the things you've said to yourself. I think I'm really good at that. Hell yeah, I'm good at that. I want you to not worry about all the things you're bad at, or maybe not good at. Because here's the thing, even if you may not be good at it, but it might be a skill that you might need to overcome. That's a small stepping stone on the steps to success. That was a thing that I was talking about earlier on today. So don't even worry if, you think that you've got weaknesses there that might hinder you. And I'm pretty sure that Gary's going to help you with those too. But what we want to do is we want to just look at your skills, look at your strengths mainly. We want to focus on those. And what we want to do is I want you to bring them all in, and I want you to place them in your heart. And I want you to feel that in your heart. And now we're really, really, oh my God, I'm feeling it. I'm literally, I've got goosebumps. I don't know
feeling about you guys. A Harry Met Sally moment coming on with Melinda any moment now.
I'm so feeling it.
X-rated RippleFEST.
Excellent. Okay, so now you've got your skills and your strengths and put aside your weaknesses. What I want you to do is I want you to think of your intuition now. What really, what do you align with your intuition? What really feels good in your life? What is your sort of passion? Things that, that really get your heart on fire, set your heart on fire. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to also consider your intention here. What do you intend to do? Here's a really, really interesting concept. What is your intention? Is it to help other people? Is it to, like Sammy helps people every single day to find their brand? That's, she's building this community. So it's a number of things that Sammy has done. That is her intention. And so, what lights you up in terms of helping other people? Because there's always an element of helping other people. Now, once you've got all this,
ladies and gents, we want to see the answers.
Yes, bring the answers.
Like I said, everyone sat there listening. Come on, get those answers in the comments. We want
get them in the comments. Words. We want just words. That's right. And like I said, you'll get all these questions. I'll put them into a nice PDF. That's no problem at all. We'll do that later. Now, once you've got all that, okay, once you've got those 4 main questions, here's the next thing. Have you ever had a question in your life that's just been floating around your head? A question that is just kind of every now and again, it just pops up, but it's never been answered. I have a funny feeling that will lead you to your greatest purpose. Now, the reason why I say that is because there was a question that I always asked all my life. What is the difference between those people who are thriving in life and those people barely surviving? Because I was one of the ones barely surviving, right? I was one of the ones who was in mental difficulty. And when I kept asking that question, and I met a friend of mine who she was the CEO of a really big company, Procter & Gamble, in fact. And she was like, like one of the world's biggest achievers as far as women went. And she grew up in my hometown. She was my mum's best friend's daughter. That's it. Right. So I was like, and then I hadn't heard from her in years. And all of a sudden she told me what she was doing. And I was like, okay, how do you get there? And I'm still here. That question came up time and time again. That question led me to what I do now, which is my curiosity. And I guarantee if you've got a question floating around, that question that's been floating around all your life that you've never answered, if you start to question that more, if you start to question it every single day, the answer will come. And then one of the key things with questioning is you've got to ask it in the right way. So, I mean, what I do is teach people how to ask questions in the right way that trigger your curiosity. But I think what I've done today is really help people to at least get on that path. And you've always just got to check in on yourself. You've got to check in with your heart. You got to check in that your energy levels are really, really spiked, because that's when you know you're on the right path. So I hope that I've helped in some way, shape or form, to help people find their greatest passion, their purpose. And also, always try not to edit yourself so much. That's what I'm going to leave you with, my parting gift.
Amazing. Well done. Thank you, Melinda. Give it up for Melinda. I love all the questions that you asked there, and I would love to see every single one of you come in and answer those questions. And don't think too much about it. As Melinda said, stop editing yourself. Stop judging the idea before it's come out. I mean, how many times do we have that idea and we go, oh, that's stupid, or oh God, no one of we judge it. We already put that filter on. And yet what would happen if we just let it go? What would happen if we just let flow that conscious stream of thoughts? Melinda, just out of curiosity, what was the answer?
What was the answer? The difference between those who are barely surviving and thriving, how you think.
Yes. There you go.
The minute I realized that, and I didn't realize that until I found curiosity. The difference is how you think.
Yeah. Amazing. Melinda, that's awesome. Guys and girls, what did you just learn? What have you got from that? What are you going to go and take action on? I'd love to see that in the comments. I'm just going to refresh the stream right there. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for participating and getting stuck in there. I can see we've got some really good comments coming in. I'll go back and look through all of those. Lydia is currently saying yes to the big O. So awesome, Lydia. We shall expect to hear about the outcome of your session with Melinda right there. Brilliant. We are so influenced by others' judgment. Absolutely. Seeing people blossom when they confidently discover their brilliance. Debbie, seeing that relief in my client's eyes when we get there. Drusilla, supporting decision makers, building trust in the community. Donna, deep embodiment and presence. Lisa, helping others feel empowered. Love it. Keep those answers coming in. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Melinda. I hope you can stick around and stay backstage with us while we move on to our next phenomenal speaker.